Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic, and I get to do a Joseph Namer puzzle today, and that is always a treat because his puzzles are literally without fail entertaining and interesting, sometimes tough though, so give it a try if you like the look of this from the video length. Now, don't forget that we have got all sorts going on. So on Patreon, yesterday I put up a puzzle called Jubilee Sudoku, which is pretty tough, it turns out. That's rather what I was expecting. So it's not going on the channel, but nonetheless, there will be a setter video about it on about Wednesday. We'll put that up for Patreons, basically, on our Patreon channel. Do consider joining us there. You could also be playing the Paint by Numbers Institute puzzle packs from the June monthly Patreon reward. Now, also, we've got loads of stuff on the channel. Yesterday, we put up this, what we christened the Wordle World Championship, a 21 Wordle challenge set by Jason Zuffranieri, who you may remember from Jeopardy if you're in the US. And it was a really interesting trawl through 21 Wordles, their answers linked to some extent, not to extents that I always understood, to be fair. So that's on the channel, and loads going on as usual. Do check out our apps. They're all on the links under the video, along with Sven's Sudoku Pad. The first link is to this puzzle, which is called Sum On, Sum Off. This reminds me that for some reason, when I was at work about 15 years ago, somebody said the phrase wax on, wax off came up. And I said, what does that mean? And the 2 or 3 people I was talking to gaped at me and said, what? Have you never watched The Karate Kid? And I said, no. And they said, wax on, wax off. And this guy kept repeating it as though I would now understand, which I didn't. I have found out about it since. You don't need to explain in the comments. I still haven't watched The Karate Kid, however, which will clearly blow some minds, but there you go. Now, I don't know what the relevance of, well, that has no relevance to the title. Sum on, sum off, don't know what that is. Oh, it's probably to do with the diagonals. Some digits are on it and some are off it, maybe. Yeah, some of the arrow digits here are on it and some are off it. I reckon it's to do with that, but I don't know. The rules are very sort of obvious if you've seen these blue lines and arrows before. Normal Sudoku rules apply. Digits cannot repeat on either marked diagonal. So that must be a set of the digits 1 to 9, for instance. Digits along an arrow sum to the number in the attached circle and can include repeats. So those two could add together to that. They couldn't have repeats because they're in the same row. This could be the same digit repeated 3 times, adding to that. Because they're all in different rows, columns and boxes. So they obey normal Sudoku rules if they were the same. Anyway, those are the rules. Do give it a try. I'm going to start now. Let's get cracking. This is surely, yeah, look, it's got 3 cells in one box and then 2 other cells. Now the minimum that this can be is a 1, 2, 3 set, adding up to 6, because they all have to be different. These could then be 1 and 1 at the absolute minimum, and we're still going to get to at least 8 in the circle, and these must include a 1 and a 2, because there's only 1 degree of freedom from 8. We can only push this digit up to 9. We can't go any further. So these could be 1, 2, 3 or 1, 2, 4. They must be from 1, 2, 3 and 4. These must be from 1 and 2. So that was all I was doing with the colours there. Actually, no. I'm going to keep those coloured just because they're all acting together. Oh, this is even better. Right, sorry. This has got 3 cells in one box, minimum 1, 2, 3. 2 cells in another column, minimum 1, 2, which gives us the maximum number for a single cell, which is 9. So that must all be true. Well, that's quite a start. 1, 2, 3 down there. Now, we don't know how they get disposed. Ooh, 1, 2, 3 on the diagonal as well. Oh, that doesn't actually help all that much, because 1 and 2 were off it up here. Oh, okay. I thought that was going to be useful, but not sure what to do with that information. Right, I know what to do with this information. 1 and 2 here means these two are at least 3 and 4. I'm going to fill in 3, 4 and 3, 5 as the possibility, because I can see that adding 3 and 4 to a minimum 1 here, that gives 8 here. So again, this is 8 or 9. And looking at that cell, interestingly, and this is 1 or 2. And that is a pair in the row. So this now cannot be 1 or 2. And therefore these two must be the 1, 2 on this arrow in this box, which we said must exist. So that's quite good. So we've got a 1, 2 pair in row 2. We've got a 1, 2 pair in row 3. We've got 1s and 2s all over the place. That being a 1 or 2 makes us a triple here. So one of these is a 3, and that's not a 3. Now, I can also see, yes, look, neither of these can be 1, 2, or 3. We've got 1, 2 there, and 3 in one of those. So this must be at least 4. We've got 1, 2, 3 there. So this must be at least 4. These can't be the same, so there must be a 4, 5 pair, giving us another 9 in a circle. That's brilliant. That's really interesting. We've also created a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 quintuple in the column. Yeah, I'm going to pencil mark 6, 7, 8, 9 in these other cells. Once we reduce it down to 4 digits, I'm interested. So, now what? This diagonal needs another. I mean, it's all about 1s and 2s, isn't it? You say, okay, this can't be a 1 or a 2 because of that pair. So that's at least 3. This is going to be 1, 2, or 3. Once that's 3, it can't be as many as 6. This one might form part of a 1, 2, 3 pair. Okay, I don't really know. So that's 1, 2, or 3. It can't be 4 or 5 because of that. This is 3, 4, 5. Actually, it could even be 7, couldn't it? Surrounded by a pair of 1s. I hadn't thought about that. But that still can't be 6 if that's at least 3. This wasn't worth pencil marking probably. I'm going to just leave that one for now. That might be interesting that that's 1, 2, or 3. 9 on this diagonal? No, I don't think so. That 8, 9 pair. I still think it's about 1s and 2s, I have to say. I don't know. Oh, what's this? Is that interesting? No, not really. Oh, well, no, hang on. This cell can't be 1 or 2 in the row. That is true. So that is at least 3. I mean, oh, no, that's not worth pencil marking. That could still be a 1. Okay, what else can we do? If that was a 1, that would take the degree of freedom here. So that would be a 2, and that would be a 3. And this would be a 1. One of these has to be a 1, doesn't it? At least one of them, maybe both. Oh, right, one of these is going to lose a degree of freedom because they can't both be 1. Right. That, yes, okay, now I've finally worked out the way to look at this, I think, is, but I don't know, does that force anything? Maybe it doesn't. Maybe I haven't. No, I'm sorry, I'm not, I thought I was seeing a connection between these arrows, but I'm not sure it works. Do they? Yeah, one of these is going to be a 2, and if it's here, that's a 3, 4 pair, which gives us 5 and 4 here. It doesn't do that much else, so maybe that's not where I'm going. Okay. Oh, there needs to be another 1 or 2 in this box, doesn't there? We've got 1 there, but where's the other one? It can't be here because of that pair, and it can't be here because of that pair, so it's up here. And that means this is a 3, because I've decided it couldn't be more because it can't be 4 and 5. Yes. Right, this now can't be 7 or 6. This is 1, 2, or 3, because the minimum for those is 6. So that forms a triple again. Oh, this is getting a bit weird now. Oh, this can't be 9 though. So that's not a 3. That's 1 or 2 as well. 3 and 3 is 6. The maximum that can be is 2 to make 8. So there's only 2 degrees of freedom here. No, 1 degree of freedom. That can't be a 5 indeed. That's 3 or 4. So maybe we're getting 1, 2 sets and 3 or 4 sets. Now, that's a 1, 2 pair. So we've got 3 in this row. That's not 3. Now we've got yet another 1, 2 pair. Oh, and they're all getting connected. Okay, let's get rid of the yellow colouring. Whoops. And let's colour the 1s and 2s. If that's red and this is yellow, that's yellow as well. That's on the diagonal, so that's red, that's yellow, that's red, that's yellow, that's red. Oh, but we can't connect them up with these. I wanted to prove they were the same because then they were going to be 1s. I mean, I don't know if they are, but it would have been helpful. Now, there's a third 1 or, sorry, there's a 6th 1 or 2 in the top 3 cages. It's got to be in the top row because we've got, actually, let's just red and yellow those so I can see where all the 1s and 2s are, because this is getting quite interesting now. We've got a red somewhere here. Yes, that must be red 1 or 2. It can't be on the diagonal. Oh, this is getting interesting. Right, we've got a red 1 or 2 there. We need a yellow up here. It can't be there, so it's in one of those 2. I don't know what colour this is, frustratingly. But whatever colour it is, it's going to put another one of the same colour in these cells. Now, is there anywhere where yellow and red are pointing together? And I haven't realised. We need a yellow, yes, we need a yellow down here. It's got to be there in column 5. So then we need a red over here somewhere. It can't be on the diagonal. So it can't be here either because that's seeing a pair. So one of those is red. So we've got another red one here. This box needs a second one. Not there. It's in one of those 2 cells, and I don't know its colour. The diagonal needs a yellow. Aha! Yes, can't be in any of those cells, so it's up here. Right. So, thank you, diagonal. This diagonal needs a yellow. Sorry, this column needs a yellow. This column needs a red. And one of those is either yellow or red. I don't really know how to pencil mark that. But, this can't have a 1 or a 2 on. Now, it could be a pair of 3s. Let's not forget that. So this is at least 6. And these are at least 3. They could be a 3 and a 6. So difficult to curtail that anymore. Oh, now, oh no, these are different. I always knew that. I always knew these were different. It's knowing what this is that would help a bit. Oh, but no, I can't add that in. 3s. Maybe take these as a pair that add up to 17. And we've got a 1, 2 pair and a 1, 2 pair. That is 6 already. We know that these are at least 3, 4, that's 13, and this is at least 3 is 16, and somehow that means this has to be a 1. How has that happened? I don't even understand how that's working, but that must be a 1-2 pair. That must be a 1-2 pair. So how come there can't be a 5 there anymore, or a 2 there, or a 4 there? Is this all... I suppose if that was an 8, I'm not even sure I've got this right now. Let me just check the maths again. 17 is obviously the total of these two arrows. We've got a 1-2 pair there and a 1-2 pair there. That's 6. The minimum here takes us up to 13 with a 3, 4. The minimum here is a 3, 16, and the minimum here is a 1. Well, it must all work, although I'm not completely convinced I see the relationship. But anyway, 1 there, 3 here, and this is a 3, 4 pair. And that doesn't actually, because this is a yellowy reddy one, and I mean it fixes these two as 1 and 2, but I still don't know which colour is yellow and which colour is red. That could still be the 2 and this would add up to 9, or it could be the 1 and it would add up to 8. Oh, that's really weird. So the total of those two arrows has helped me fix these minima, but it hasn't actually done anything else. Oh, I don't understand what's going on in this puzzle, but it's lovely. It's a really interesting idea. Or, well, the way I'm solving it has become interesting to me. I mean, I think this is more my fallibility than, well, partly that and partly Joseph's brilliance, let's say. So 5 and 4 are fixed there because of the 3, 4 pair. Don't think that informs much else in the solve. Maybe I'm meant to look at the other cells on the diagonals that aren't 1s and 2s. I mean, I have got very excited about the 1s and 2s. I'm aware of that. Oh, these can't be 3s now because of this 3. Oh, that's big. Now the minimum total is 8 suddenly. And in fact, we can't have a 6 there. It's either a 4-5 pair giving 9 or a 4-4 pair giving 8. So one of them is a 4. That means, for instance, that we can't have 4s in any of these cells because they see them all. Well, one of those, it being a 4, would prevent 4s in those. I don't quite know how that fixes anything either. 4 in the central box, that's interesting. It's in one of those two. And there's a 4 there, so we're going to get a 4 down here somewhere in column 8. How about 3 on the diagonal? On this diagonal, it can't go in those cells. So 3 is in one of those two. I don't know how to use that. That's interesting. I don't really want to pencil mark it either because I'll later, assuming we go on a while, misunderstand. I've just spotted that 3 is placeable in this box. There it goes. And then 4 is as well. Now, 3 is in one of those two. And it could well be on the diagonal. If it's there, that's a 3. I don't know. It could be. If that's a 3, that's a 3 on the arrow. Oh, maybe there's a relation between these things. If that was 8, it would force this to be 7, which would require 3 and 1. Oh, and that is exactly what doesn't work for this. Right, if this is 8, this is 9 and this is 7. But the 9 up here needs yellow to be a 2 and the 7 here needs yellow to be a 1. That's beautiful. That is absolutely beautiful. So that is not an 8, that's the 9. And now we know 9 equals 3 plus 4 plus 2, and red is 2. So let's fix the colouring there as well. We can fix the colouring here. Yellow has become 1. Put them all in. This arrow, yes, that works, and it adds up to 8. That hasn't told me what this is. Actually, it still hasn't, because 3 or 4 there, I don't know the answer. So this is not a 9. Oh, there is only one place in this column for a 9 now. There we go. Now, 9 in one of those two positions. Can it be on the diagonal? Or does it have to be on the diagonal? That's weird. Ah, I'll tell you where it has to be on the diagonal. It's on this diagonal up here, because it can't be in row 1. So there's a 9 in one of those. So the center cell is not a 9. So in box 5, here's 9, and it is on the diagonal. That fixes it here. That is brilliant. This is a fantastic puzzle. Love it. So that still hasn't fixed this, but we've got 9s there. That fixes this as a 5, so now we know that's a 9. Oh, that didn't resolve this either. Never mind. 9 there and 9 there. We get that 9 that started this all off. We've got 5, 6 and 7 to put in there. 2 of them on the diagonal. I was going to go brilliantly. Where's 8 on this diagonal? But all I know is it's in one of those two positions. That is 6, 7 or 8 just by Sudoku in the box. 4, 7 and 6 going on down this column. That one can't be a 4. I mean, I'm sure I'm missing something that's been revealed by the latest machinations. 3, 4, 2, 9. Whatever this is there. And in one of those two. I realise I'm not doing any solving when I say that. Ah, this can't be 3 or 4. Maybe I'm going to have to start colouring 3s and 4s. Let's put that off for the moment. I get a pair in this row at the top. How long can I put that off? Those aren't 3 or 4, so there's another one in this box, not in that cell. One of those two is 3 or 4. I don't know. I don't think the relations are quite strong enough at the moment for me to deal with that. Oh, there is not one. So here's the last one in the grid, which doesn't do anything for 2s. 2s, I'm left with a little X-wing. I'm going to uncolour them. Actually, don't really care about the colours. Actually, I don't really care about any of the colours anymore. I've filled in all the yellows and as many reds as the colours were giving me. Oh, bother. So I'm just trying to get rid of the colours. There we go. Right, now, looking across the middle. No. Still need to find something else. Is there arrows I haven't completed? Only this one, really. I mean, I know I've got this 3, 4 pair to disentangle, but now a 3 there goes with a 7 here, or a 4 goes with an 8. Got the 9s on the diagonals. They were something that we were working on earlier. We've done 2s and 3s. How are we doing on 3s? Only 4 placed. Yeah, not simple. Ooh, okay, I see that there's a 3 in one of these cells, but could be on the diagonal or not. Don't know. One of those is a 4. Okay, really getting a bit stuck. That is 5, 6, 7 or 8. I just don't know how to deal with this diagonal yet. 5, 6s, 7s and 8s actually are quite, I mean, I haven't placed a single 6 or 7 in the grid anywhere. I think I've only got 1 5 or 2 5s and 1 8. So they're not helping me out much yet. And there's only this one arrow is going to give me one of those. Actually, uniqueness tells me it's probably a 7 then, but I'm not going to use that because it's a technique we don't like to use. We like to be able to prove that a puzzle is complete and solve it fully logically, and unique especially. But okay, time to colour the 3s and 4s. I don't know. Let's give it a go. Purple there, greens there. It doesn't get me much further actually. So maybe I started in the wrong place. Let's not do those ones. Let's The trouble is, I'm only colouring to try and disambiguate those, although this would be the best one. Right, 3 there would put 3 here, which would put 3 there. Then given the other 3s, I'd be left with an X-wing, which looks very plausible. Crikey, no, I don't see what the next step is here, as it is obvious. Oh look, there's a 9 there that I just haven't filled in. I doubt that that's going to help much. Well, alright, these are from 5, 6, 7, 8. So's that. I mean, this is a quad of numbers that I'm just not getting anything done with. There must be an 8 down there, and there must be an 8 in these 3. It really doesn't look like that helps. Ah, 4 in this box down here is there. Oh, that nearly proves. If that was a 4, we'd have a 6, 7, 8 triple. That would be 5, and this would be 3. Oh, this can't be 4 since we put the 4 in this row. In fact, this is now a 3-4 pair. I'm not certain if that means that has to be the same as that. 3-4 pair's interesting though. Where does... Oh, it's not a pair. There's a 4 looking at that cell. Right, that's taken a while, hasn't it? Probably not for you. You may have spotted that a while ago. Now, what I was saying applies. No, there's got to be a 4 on the diagonal, so that's here. Yes, so that does make this cell necessarily a 3. There's a crazy deadly pattern that's been resolved by the diagonal. Now, how am I doing on 4s and 3s? They must be nearly all in. One more 4 to go. There. Which importantly gives me the 3 on the diagonal. It does give me the 7 in the circle, which uniqueness told me it would. 7, 5, that diagonal's done apart from a 6, 8 pair. This one is much less done. That's a 6 in its I-wing. 8 in the centre, right. No, 8 was the most unhelpful digit to go in the centre. 5 or 6 there. We've got 7 and 8 to place in column 6. That's also 7 or 8. Now here, a 2, 7, 8 triple. So that must be 6. And that's a 5 in the corner. We did get a 3 in the corner, losing its religion earlier, unheralded by me, unsung, which is to your ear's benefit. That's not a 5, and that's not a 5. Now, 2 and 7 at the ends of this row, can't do them. 2 or 8 here. Oh, I don't want to just pencil mark. Oh, look, that's a 5. That's straightforward. 6, 7 or 8. So actually we get to do 5 in the bottom row now as well. There. And one of those is 5. Good grief, this is still holding out against me. 6, 5, that's 7 or 8, we know that. Don't know which of those is 5. Those don't have a 5. One of them's an 8, so that's not 8. Oh, that's a naked single. You see, I should have gone back to looking for naked singles. That sees every digit apart from 8, so that cell must be an 8. And that is going to unwind literally everything. We get an 8 down here, not there. Well, it's going to leave me with a batch of 6s and 7s, I think, which is fine because they are all going to get resolved. 8, 8, we need an 8 there. 7, 8, 7, 6, 8. Again, lots of 8s to go. And we're starting to wonder why 6 was so scared of 7. Oops. And it's because, as you all know, 7, 8, 9. 6, 5, 7, we get a 3 in the corner of that box. 5, 6, 5, and what a wonderful puzzle and what a wonderful finish. Yeah, that is really very clever. I'm little the wiser as to why it was called Some On, Some Off. Maybe I need to watch The Karate Kid to find out. But that was great fun, and I enjoyed it. I hope you had a go at that. Let me know what you thought in the comments, because they're always interesting. And yeah, hope to see you again soon on the channel. Bye for now.